to pick up on that and tell you a little bit more about the transitions that we're going through in STG, as you might imagine. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for all the one-on-ones. They've been outstanding. Really enjoyed the discussions we've had about the opportunities that are out there. Ginny talked about transitions. We talked about a lot of transitions in the marketplace, and I'd like to take you through some of the transitions that we're going through in STG. So as you can see from this slide, I've got my top 10 list of things that are really important to me as we go through this transition, and I want you all to be aware of them. Many of them involve you. All of them involve you at some level. Design for big data. Defined by software for the cloud. Open and collaborative. Go-to-market coverage models. And also adjusting our business model, as you saw with our Lenovo announcement. Very important announcement. So let's start with design for big data. As you heard from Bob Picciano yesterday, Power is the system for big data. And what we can see with Blue acceleration, 8x improvement in performance, 8x improvement, sometimes 10x, sometimes 20x improvement with Blue running on Power. You're going to see Power 8 later this year. Dramatic improvements in performance for us. Designed for big data right from the beginning. Watch this space around Power 8 and also around SoftLayer. Lance may mention that later. X6 we announced in January. Fully committed to this platform, and we've got to manage our way through this transition to Lenovo. I need you all very much committed to our System X platform with us and with our partners at Lenovo. Defined by software for the cloud. Lots of this. $1 billion investment for us in Flash, I should mention, as well. You know, you see Steve's passion around Flash. I have that same thing. We have crossed the line between total cost of ownership and the performance you can get out of Flash. Flash makes things that were previously impossible now possible for us to do. A petabyte on a floor tile is possible for us. Think of the power savings, the floor space savings, and making things now possible. Really dramatic improvements. Talk about the cloud. We've got MSP offerings, and I'm going to ask you to answer a polling question around MSP, so do download that app for me if you could. Software defined for agility. OpenStack support across all of our platforms, including Z. And some announcements today around Cloud for Power. We announced today that we're making for free access to Power systems on the cloud for developers. AIX, Linux, System I, for free, available today. Go to the Partner World website and you can get to it. So now people can do development for Power for free. And we encourage all of you to do that, okay? So that's one of the things. Now, let me say more about what we're doing with Open. You've seen our $1 billion investment in Linux on Power. Steve mentioned our dramatic success with Linux on the mainframe. We want to do exactly the same thing around Power. When I got this job in April, we very quickly announced our commitment to Linux on Power. We've done a lot of things along the way. You've seen announcements. I'll make another one today. We're expanding our ecosystem of applications. We've got 150 software group optimized applications running on Linux on Power today. We formed the Open Power Foundation. We announced it in August. We had Google, Mellanox, Tyan, NVIDIA, and IBM. The chair of this foundation is Google, not IBM. We're president. NVIDIA's announced support for Power 8 with their GPUs, connected through Mellanox. Tyan is a motherboard manufacturer over in Taiwan. Today, we announced a couple of weeks ago the addition of 2 new members of the family of the Open Power Foundation. We announced Suzhou, a manufacturer in China, their intention to license power and build power systems themselves. And the Jiangsu province announced their research institute also joining the Open Power Foundation. Today I'm announcing to you that Samsung has now signed up and joined the Open Power Foundation. So we're broadening our ecosystem of partners. By the way, there are more coming. The list is growing every day of people that want to join the Open Power Foundation to build out this family. So, important for us to sell Linux engines and also Linux IFLs on the Power system. OpenStack, I mentioned, Hadoop, KVM, all of these things are open and collaborative ways that we're addressing the marketplace. So some terrific news. We've got 400 plus global Linux ISVs able to run Linux on Power. And we've announced 5 centers around the world to help people to do porting. And now, obviously, with the application development you can do for free on the cloud, that's available as well. Now, go to market very quickly. I moved to a dedicated model. meaning that over 80% of our sales reps sell only one thing. They're storage reps, they're server reps, or today they're X and Pure reps. That's what they sell, 80%. Wherever I could afford it, wherever we had critical mass in the world, 80% brand dedicated. We need that same level of specialty from all of you. I've asked you to recruit more partners who know exactly how to sell storage. It's really important. You can't be a hobbyist and sell storage. You really have to know what you're doing. We announced co-sell models, which I hope all of you have embraced and seen the value of selling with you instead of just passing leads or not passing leads. We have to do it together. And we announced guaranteed minimum margins to help you make sure you're making the money that Steve talked about. And lastly, adjusting the business model. I need your help to manage through this transition. It's really important that we deliver on our promise of value to our clients, to our employees who will become Lenovo employees, and obviously to the marketplace and to Lenovo, the promise of value. And all of you, they want you. Lenovo wants you. They're not going to do this themselves, they're going to do this with you. Okay, with that I'd like to bring up our business partner. Ernie, if you could join me on the stage. Ernie is a business